I found this cool wooden, I guess, pineapple bowl for $1.99. I think I'm gonna cut this piece off and kind of give it more of an organic looking shape and sand it down and just redo the bowl basically. So that will be my little thrift flip on the bowl. And this will be more of a trinket bowl, not like an eating bowl, you know, where you could throw like some beads or something in there for home decor, or you could just put like some necklaces or rings or whatever, your keys. You could probably drop your keys off in this bowl. So this was my inspiration. This was on Target.com, but as you can see, for the set of bowls, it's $102. That is just a bit out of my budget, so we're gonna make our own indigenous looking bowl for just $2 and some hard work. So let's get to it. I just need to take the saw and cut off some of these pieces and sand it down. I do want to point out that this is pretty dangerous, so I definitely do not recommend doing what I am doing. I actually end up getting a handsaw out later on to finish the project. Alright, so this is what the bowl ended up turning out like after I sanded it down, and I used a handsaw to cut the rest of that off, and I just sanded it by hand in the inside. But yeah, this was the pineapple bowl I picked up for a couple dollars at Goodwill. Now it looks like this indigenous bowl, like a found bowl with a little handle. It's pretty cute. I love it. Really great for home decor. Pretty rustic piece. I love it this color. That orangey color with the shine just wasn't doing it. So this natural wood tone is really, really pretty. I'm not going to seal it or anything. I'm just going to leave it. So over time, if it gets some scratches and dents and things like that, it'll just add character to the piece. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember this piece I got from Goodwill for $2.99. I figured we're going to go ahead and transform it today. So the first thing I wanted to do to this container was actually take this piece and kind of distress it on the edges. So I'm just going to pull a little bit of the burlap off like this. The next thing that I'm going to do is actually paint the container and the burlap itself. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get some water and mix a little bit of red and green just to create a brown tone. Once I'm happy with my color, I went ahead and just started painting all over the container. I went with more of a red brown because I thought that it would kind of counteract that green and just leave brown. However, that did not work. I actually wiped it with a paper towel, and this is what it looked like. Honestly, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm going to use this antique wax to go over this. So after I took that wax and I just put it all over the burlap, I took a paper towel and smeared it in. Then I applied the wax all over the container and repeated that same thing, just wiping the wax off. And this is how it turned out. So I didn't really like the black letters because I thought it blended in too much. So I just went over it with some white house paint I had left over. So in the inside, I'm just going to take some foam. We'll just push it down in. Then I'm taking this wreath I got from Target. And I'm actually just going to pull this entire thing apart. And then I'm going to put eucalyptus into the foam. Once I was done with the wreath, I went ahead and moved on to some other succulents I had on hand. I got these from Michael's last year for like 70% off. Then to like cover the bottom, I have some of this moss. I'm just gonna put it in there. There is the finished. The next item I wanted to flip was this cup. I just used some caulk from Dollar Tree and I just squeezed it all over the cup and then I smeared it around with my finger. I even did the handle as well. I made sure to smear it back and forth to give this handmade pottery effect. Then I went ahead and painted it all gray. Now I'm taking some white paint and I'm just going to dry brush this all over. So I went in with the white paint. I was just going to do some highlights on this, and that was pretty much it, but I did not like the gray color. It just wasn't turning out how I thought, so then I went ahead and used this premium antique wax, and I painted the entire thing, and then once I was done, I went in with that paper towel, and I just wiped off. I didn't even let it sit that long, to be honest. And then I kind of chose some random areas to put black and just kind of dab it in there just to make it look like it had some dimension. Went back over it with the white paint. Then I went back over it with the wax again. And then that kind of just finished off this piece. I hope you enjoyed those thrift flips. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.